All right, let's take you back to our top story now. The focus is on the office of the Gauteng Premier in response to a picket against possible corruption of the tender systems for the reconstruction at Charlotte Maxeke Hospital. Acting Director General in the office of the Gauteng Premier, Thabo Masebe, is quoted as saying that the SIU is investigating. Now he joins us for some clarity and to elaborate. Thank you very much for your time, Acting DG, here on All Angles. Firstly, did you say that the hospital, that the SIU is investigating possible irregularities at Charlotte Maxeke?
I said there are investigations at the hospital. The investigations are conducted by the Office of the Premier, not the SIU. Obviously, as Mr. Khanyago did indicate, as and when the Office of the Premier feels we need the SIU to assist us in this investigation, we will be able to approach them. But currently, the investigation is being conducted by the Office of the Premier.
So all the media that quoted you as saying that the SIU is investigating during that picket outside the hospital on Friday misquoted you.
Yes, of course, I made reference to the investigation that the SIU is conducting in all the other hospitals as part of the proclamation that was issued by the President. And these are the investigations that includes the Anglo Gold Ashanti Hospital and a number of other hospitals where there were refurbishments as part of the response to COVID-19. That's what we said, and there's a connection to that because there are 9 officials who have now been suspended and they are facing charges of serious financial misconduct as a result of their involvement in all these projects, including the Anglo Gold Ashanti Hospital. Now, part of that, the connection there is that some of these officials were also involved in the Charlotte Maxeke project. That's what we said, but the investigation currently is being done by the Office of the Premier.
All right, so
and that's what we indicated.
Okay, so you were just drawing, connecting the dots rather between Anglo Ashanti Hospital, the officials in the GDID suspended or fired there, having been part of what was supposed to be the project to repair Charlotte Maxeke.
Yes, indeed, that's exactly what we said.
All right. So how far are the investigations then by the Premier's office, or did you just take over with the National Health Department as you announced about 3 weeks ago or so?
Yeah, remember, even at the time when we announced that we have now brought in the National Department of Health and the DBSA, we did indicate that we will investigate. First, we'll conduct an audit of how many companies were appointed, and then, of course, investigate whether proper processes were followed in appointing those companies to do the remedial work at the hospital.
How long do you anticipate this investigation to take?
We will check with our team, the forensic audit team, but they have started. They were given all the information and they are busy now. How long they will take, they will give us an indication. But it is something that we want to be done as quickly as possible.
And just overall, Thabo Masebe, looking at the fact that the SIU has been roped in to investigate 5 hospitals pertaining to PPE, and also these 9 officials now in the GDID having been suspended or fired. I mean, some concern, I'm sure, from the Premier when it comes to some of the awarding of tenders, etc., in the Gauteng Health Department then.
Yes, obviously we are concerned. Those are the tenders for construction. They were awarded by the Department of Infrastructure Development on behalf of the Department of Health. Part of the reason why we had to move the project away from GID was because of all of these allegations and the fact, as I said, that the officials, 6 of them, from DID and 3 from the Department of Health, who were all involved in this project, have been suspended. So indeed, it is something that does concern us.
Right, well, we sure do hope that the Premier's office will deal with the rot, it seems, in the GDID as well as the health department in the province. But thank you very much, the Acting Director General at the Premier's office here in Gauteng, Thabo Masebe.